So, I did record some footage fighting this guy, fighting these two bosses here at Castle Chaos, but all in all, there was so much trial and error just figuring out like how to hit Baron von Krem Rule or whatever whatever his name is. He's going it's not see, in the first one he was King K Rule. Then the second one he was Captain K Rule. And this one he's a scientist and he's got like some German name like Baron von Krem Rule or whatever. It's like he's like an actor taking on all these different personas, and now he's a scientist. That's his theme. And he made that robot that is coming up here. Before I do this, I'll just say that, yeah, there was some trial and error figuring out how to fight these things, and, you know, I'm not necessarily going to do this in one attempt here, but I kind of know better about what I'm doing, you know. I know better now, so it shouldn't be that bad. And what else? Oh, this just broke the last couple days. Okay, so there's been talk, you know, for weeks or maybe even months about the guys that created Banjo-Kazooie making their own, you know, game independent of Rare. Some of those old school guys that worked on the Rare games in the 90s. Well, they got a studio. I believe it's called Playtonic. I think it's like a play on words for Platonic. Playtonic Games or Studio, whatever. They got a Kickstarter up. And I think it went up today or yesterday. And their goal was like $150,000, I would say, to fund this new game called Yooka-Laylee. So instead of Banjo-Kazooie, it's Yooka-Laylee. And it's this... It looks a lot like Banjo-Kazooie. It's gonna go back to that kind of... those roots of gameplay. That's what this is gonna be like. So like a puzzle platformer, just like Banjo-Kazooie. Even the name sounds like a parody of Banjo-Kazooie, because Yooka-Laylee, that's like a, you know, Hawaiian guitar, Hawaiian mandolin. Well, yeah, it's got instead of a bear and a bird, it's gonna be a gecko or an iguana with a bat. But like, yeah, the lizard is kind of like Banjo, and the bat is kind of like Kazooie, and you're gonna be like jumping off of things and gliding with the bat wings. And well, there's a Kickstarter page, and you could see a video of them trying to sell their project, and it's cool seeing like 5 or 6 dudes in their 40s or maybe even 50s, however old those guys are now. You know, sitting in a room with PCs. I don't know. I'm just wondering how many guys is it really taking to make that game? Because I'm seeing these dudes in the room, and I gotta say, back then it took a lot less guys to make a video game. All right, considerably less compared to today's AAA titles. But yeah, in that video, you see like 5 or 6 dudes, you know, middle-aged guys, these English guys, and it sounds very, very good what's going on here. And their Kickstarter goal was like $150,000. Last time I checked, it was over $1 million. So at this point, it's gonna be done. And now if you're contributing to this Kickstarter, you're just pre-ordering it way ahead of time. And you might get some bonuses, but I'm so glad that that's happening. Just amazing that could happen. Yep, and although I voted for Geno to be one of the new characters in Super Smash Bros. 4, you know, they had that polling. I did vote for Geno from Super Mario RPG. Banjo-Kazooie would be my number 2 pick. Banjo-Kazooie would be more likely to get picked. A lot of people don't care about Geno, but I know, that's just my thing. I've been calling for Geno for years, but now I wouldn't be surprised if... I wouldn't totally be surprised if Banjo-Kazooie made it into Smash just because it could be like this cross-promotion between Microsoft and Nintendo in the same way that with Super Smash Bros. Brawl back in 2008, there was a cross-promotion between Konami and Nintendo that got like Snake into the game, because Metal Gear Solid 4 was coming out like that summer, a couple months after Brawl came out. So, and I'm pretty sure Microsoft eventually, they're gonna have to dig in to you know, make some games with their old Rare IPs like Conker, Banjo-Kazooie, Battletoads. I think they're gonna do that. We'll have to see at E3. You know, if anything, Microsoft might have something about bringing back some Rare games at E3. Fingers crossed. Even though I'm all PC Master Race, I would like it if, you know, Xbox got some Rare games. Okay, that'd be very nice. Onward to Kastle Kaos. Yeah, Kongs are back. Okay, you're gonna be victorious. Here, run back and get another barrel, and then just chuck it back up at him. Oh, and who's that behind the curtain? Oh, I noticed that the way that K. Rool here, he's dressed up like a scientist. You remember in Banjo-Kazooie or Banjo-Tooie, like Gruntilda had a servant that, I guess in Banjo-Tooie he was like the first boss you fought. He was kind of dressed up like in a lab coat like that, a little bit. I think he like resurrects Gruntilda in the second game, something like that. Kaos was his ticket to world domination, and I'd have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you meddling kids. That was some Scooby-Doo talk. It's not your day. Yeah, I roasted your robot, yeah. The Master Chief around here, okay. Reckon it's my... Okay, gonna cook my goose day. Alright, I already derped. I'd say the first phase is like the hardest. No joke. Oh, I'm dead. Oh no. Alright. I'm telling you, man, the first phase is the hardest. The other phases aren't that bad. And I don't have to fight that freaking robot now. And it's hard to fight this guy because you gotta get the barrel at him before he turns around. And it doesn't give you much of a window to do that. You have to jump on these levers to get a barrel to drop. And I have to jump from a lever behind him. See, oh my god. What the? Dude, I almost want to just start all over. Yeah, let's do this. switch to Dixie, which is very important. I mean, this first part, it'd just be so much harder without Dixie. Just keep it on her. I mean, throughout this whole fight, you want to use Dixie, but especially in this starting one, first phase, you want to use her. Okay, hit him in the back like that. Start spazzing out. Can't hang in the air like that with Kitty Kong. What a tweaker. Flying around with his tweaky twitch face. Phase 2, entering Phase 3. This is when you gotta duck a lot. I'll take my time. Oh, too high? Pull on that to get the barrel to come down. Too low. Just right. It seemed too low, but it still worked. Now entering fourth phase, is it? Barrel gets shocked. So you gotta hop down, pick up the barrel, and come up with the barrel on one of these platforms before it gets shocked. Next one. Oop. Oh shoot. Careful. Next one. Too high. Next one. That was two. Oh! Oh no! He's not done yet. He had to get shocked anyway. Now I'm just down to Kitty. It's gonna be tougher to do this now. Well, at least he's got a better throwing angle. He throws it like more horizontal. They get a bear coin for that. Oh! Whoa, whoa, 1 minute. I was dreaming about the world's biggest pile of bananas. Next, I was a power-crazed madman. Hey, don't worry, Donkey Kong, thanks to Dixie. I'm impressed that even Cranky would be after that performance. Nope, not really. Yeah, there was a bear coin at the end because actually while trying to do this to figure out like how to fight K. Rool, like I just finished the game and I guess it automatically saved after you beat him. Normally there would be a like a bonus coin, bonus world coin, but nah. That's why there was a bear coin, because it did like a auto save. You know, I think every enemy in every Donkey Kong Country game, like, they didn't repeat pretty much any enemy. There was like a whole slew of new original guys. And when I say original, I mean they have a different name and they look a little different. Maybe they changed the color on them. Like in the first Donkey Kong Country, there was like a big blue, you know, roided out guy that if you jumped on with Diddy Kong, it wouldn't, you know, kill it. And in this one, there was one just like that, that if you jumped on it with Kitty, it would kill it, but if you did it with Dixie, it wouldn't. But it has a different name, and it, you know, the first one, it like giggled and stuff when you would fail to kill it. And in this one, it, I wouldn't say it was really giggling, it was kind of like, almost like growling and taunting you, like, oh, try it again. Now, Cuff and Cloud, I didn't even see that thing yet. Whatever the hell that was. So first they showed, like, the Kremling, like, all the lizard enemies, and now that's just, like, the other walks of life. It's like a whole another category of non-crocodile, non-lizard enemies. I almost think of all the crocodiles, all the Kremlings, they're like one team, right? And all these other guys, they're just atmospheric and they're in the way. They don't really work for K. Rool, but they're just in your way and aggressive for some reason. Minky the monkey. I mean, I'll tell you, Donkey Kong 2, Donkey Kong Country 2 had, you know, tons of B levels, especially like, just like the Bramble, like sticker brush levels. Tons of B levels. This one had quite a few B levels, but they weren't just Bs, they had like freaking buzzsaws on them. And they had the same had the same purpose, you know? Did the exact same thing. Just changed what they look like. And I guess that's, you know, it makes it easier to differentiate which game it is, other than who you're playing with. What playable Kongs are available. Like, if you just saw a screenshot, you'd be able to instantly tell it's Donkey Kong Country 3 if it had Kiddy Kong. But also just, like, what the enemies look like. Baza. Big time bad guys. These were the bosses. Belcha. All these names sound Italian. All these chas and whatever. Like, what's the deal with Pinocchio? Like, Pinocchio, everything rhymes with O. Swiss Italian names. Bleak. Barbos. Okay, he has barbs. What's the pun with Bleak? Bleak the snowman? His remote isn't working. Then he looks at me. More vicious. Okay, what is this? Baron K. Rulenstein. First class friends. These are the animals you can turn into. Do ride-alongs with. No, I'm not gonna put up money to that Kickstarter for ukulele, but I think that would be one I'd get that the week it would come out. Sure thing. I don't do that too much. I mean, the last game I bought new was Dead Rising 3 Apocalypse Edition. I mean, that was like a Xbox One exclusive for about a year. Then it found its way to PC miraculously. That was one I was so jazzed about that. I mean, like, I think it was announced around E3 or just sometime around E3 2014 that was going to come to PC, and it was like, wow. That was just shocking. I mean, it's technically in the same category as that Rise Son of Rome game that also came to PC, but dude, like, thing is, Rise Son of Rome, that was like a new IP, that was like a new game, and Dead Rising 3, you know, that was like, you know, at least the third entry in that game series. A lot more to live up to, and it had a fan base. There's a Dead Rising fan base that like were very like me, that was very excited to see that coming to PC. So yeah, it is in the same category as an Xbox One exclusive that slipped through you know, Microsoft's fingers and allowed it to, you know, go to PC, but it was a much bigger deal for Dead Rising 3 making its way to PC than Rise Son of Rome. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know if anyone really cares about Rise Son of Rome, but dude, Dead Rising 3 that was huge. Can I skip this yet? Oh my god. No. That's enough. That's enough. Okay, this is after the credits here. Rating, I'm an average ape. Ain't that the truth? Okay, average ape. Now, I do recall some unfinished business I could attend to right now. Bramble's Bungalow. Glad those horrible machines are destroyed. Perhaps my beautiful flowers can... Huh? Well, yeah! And there's supposed to be a flower up there. When the hell does that come? Taking an interest in collecting animals. Jeez. Well, okay, believe there's a flower that I'm supposed to pick up for him later, but thought it would have already been available now, but anyway, okay, to open up the Lost World, you're supposed to, let's see, circle around here counterclockwise, right? Okay. Yeah, one of the bears tell you about that. Boomer's Bomb Shelter. Hello, Boomer's the name. Blowing things up is my game. The rest of the folks said something about me being too dangerous or something. Brothers might be happy with those bear coins, but I'm only interested in, okay, if you hand me 15 of the bonus coins, okay, let's do it. So for every 15 bonus coins I give him, he's gonna like blow up some stuff, some barriers to open up new worlds to get to. So I have 2. Oh, and I'd have to complete this to get to the next one. In consideration of time, I'm not gonna go do those bonus levels. I'm not gonna hunt them down because I can do this. L R R L R R L R L R. Okay, then I enter in W A T E. R. Okay. Yeah, that crying sound is because I just used a cheat. Yeah, Dixie's so sad I'm resorting to cheat codes. Hey, someone's told you I've been extra busy. If you can find all the DK coins, then you can put them down. Come back when you've got some more gongs. I'll keep you informed on. Okay, so the actual DK coins. I guess I can get like another upgrade to my craft. I know there's supposed to be like a helicopter one. I guess that's how you unlock that. Yeah, I don't think there's a code for those DK coins, but there's one for the bonus ones. And just like that, I have all the bonus coins I need. Go back and get that craft. The turbo ski. Boomer's bomb shelter. Okay, let's do it. Good one. Alright, it's gonna blow up the other 3 barriers. Got a powder keg trail. Everything's open now. Just save it here and pick up later.